and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So today, after yesterday's reading about Doria Ragland, I have the need to clear the air once again. Well, quite a lot of nefarious subjects are coming up after the Netflix live commentary. Now, tomorrow, another live commentary comes out, another 3 episodes, and naturally it comes out at the day of Catherine's Christmas Carol concert, and I truly hope that the British people will vote with their remote controls and show Catherine some love and show her that they don't care about what the Sussexes have to say. And I decided that today's reading, and because today I have quite a very it's a very full day. My daughter is going with my husband to Berlin in 2 days, and I have to take her to the hairdresser and also do all sorts of last minute things before they go, and so I will do only one reading today, and I thought about how to make it a little bit more fun, or maybe a little bit more easy, despite the fact that we are dealing with all sorts of nefarious questions. Now, I've made a list of 5 questions, and I thought about using the SOS readings that I usually use. And then in the last lesson that we had, we learned about the short tarot reading, which is actually, if you remember, I did what is called the big sequence reading, which is actually called some sort of tarot reading, to determine which would be the best time for Netflix to put out the Sussexes show, and I still believe that they should have postponed it and not put it when they did, but and we do see that the ratings are not so great. And I believe that we saw that only 1 million people in the United States tuned into that, and that this is a very very low number for the United States. Anyway, there is also what is called the short tarot. Now, what is the tarot reading? The tarot reading is a reading in which you are not asking the question, you are asking the cards to align in the way that will answer for your next questions. And this is something that in the bigger tarot readings, it's something that I knew for a long time. This is not a new reading for me. This is something that we all usually use for parties and for entertainment reasons and all sorts of things. But it's mostly about messages. And in the small tarot reading, it's more of a yes or no questions. And what we're doing is we're starting with an SOS question. So the first question is an SOS question. And then we are starting to take 4 cards that we're not picking up, we're not looking at them, and the 5th card is the answer to our question, and it is a yes or no answer. So we need to look at the card and try to dissect and to understand whether it is a yes or no. So it seemed like a fun, easier way to look at things, and maybe maybe it will be a little bit a little bit easier for us after all of the more hard to take readings that I've done lately. This is another deck that is called the original tarot. This deck is very easy to find on eBay and on Amazon. It comes with a very detailed booklet that is called The Key to the Tarot, and every card has the meaning. I actually don't use it, but it's very good for beginners, and it's not a very expensive deck, so for beginners it's a great deck to start with. So the cards are really vibrant and very beautiful cards to use. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. So from all of the questions that I made here, have this list of questions here. I need to pick up a question that seems the most important, in my opinion, to do the SOS question. And I believe that the claim that Harry and Meghan made that actually it's not their claim. It's a claim that was made that Buckingham Palace or the royal family are actually fighting back at Harry and Meghan in a more hidden way by passing stories to the media in a very occult way. And in this way, they are actually fighting back. So they are not coming out with answers to things that Harry and Meghan are saying. They are not debunking allegations that Harry and Meghan are throwing to the air, but they are fighting back by leaking to the media all sorts of stories that are showing them in a better light than the Sussexes would like. So I think that this is the most serious of the questions here. So this is the most important one, and I will start with this one as the SOS question. So let's start by clearing the deck. Okay, let's start asking. So, is the royal family fighting back at Harry and Meghan by leaking information to the media or passing story to the media against Harry and Meghan? Is the Buckingham Palace and the royal family fighting against Harry and Meghan by passing information to the media and leaking stories to the media against Harry and Meghan? Okay, so cutting once and taking out 3 cards. And the answer is in the middle card. And the answer is yes. This is a yes card. The 3 of Wands is a clear yes card. It is, and more so because it is a card of collaboration. It's a card of collaboration and cooperation and getting some kind of this is a card of cooperating. So this is a card that shows that the royal family is cooperating and getting recognized by the media, by the British media. So this is a card that shows that they are collaborating with the media. They are putting out information out there. So now this person here is looking at the world. This is like putting out information to the world, looking out at the this is like a person that is looking at a sea of sand, or with little not sheep, but boats in it, or it is a person that is already did some kind of a voyage, is already done some kind of as part of this voyage, but he is has made some kind of success. And he's getting that collaboration. He's getting the recognition that he deserves. And this is a person that is taking out to the world the information that he needs in order to succeed. So the answer is yes. Now let's see what the cards on the side are. And here we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is the fantasizing card. It's the card of the knight who is full of fantasies. And this is about, let's say, about stories that, or stories of fantasies, or stories that could have been made up, maybe, or stories that show how Harry and Meghan are living in a fantasy world. Now, let's just see that the knight is going towards the 3 of Wands. Now, knights are people that usually, because of their problem, they are losing opportunities. But in this case, the knight is actually not losing the opportunity because he's going towards a very good card. So whatever it means, whether it means that they are showing that Harry and Meghan are living in a fantasy world, or whether they are putting out all sorts of made up stories about the Sussexes, it doesn't really matter, but because they are still winning that war. Now, on the other side, we get the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is the card of mysteries and secrets. And this leads me to believe that the palace or the royal family are starting to think about all of the secrets that they have been keeping for the Sussexes in order to protect the Sussexes, and in order to, and especially the bullying report. I know that at least one of the workers that worked for Meghan asked the royal family to free her from the NDAs that she signed, so that she could speak about what she went through working for Meghan. And I hope that King Charles will give her that, because the ones that could come out against her are the royal families. They are the one that signed her the NDA, nobody else. So they are the ones that could come after her if she speaks. Now, so that is one thing, and I'm sure there are other things that the royal family is keeping a secret, because so to protect the Sussexes. So, despite the fact that the Sussexes are claiming that they were never protected, that the royal family planted stories against them, this is something that is happening, but it's happening now. Up until now, the royal family was keeping their secrets, and the royal family was protecting them. The royal family right now has stopped protecting them, but they are still not letting all of the secrets out. But I do hope that they will start doing that, because the high priestess has appeared here to let us know that this is something that came up. Okay, so how does this tarot goes? It goes like this. Now, what I'm doing is I'm asking the universe to align the cards in a way that will answer my next questions. This is what I'm asking. So I'm asking the universe to align the cards to answer my next questions. I'm asking the universe to align the cards to answer my questions in the right way. I'm asking the universe to align the cards to answer my questions in the right way. Okay, so after this was done, we cut the deck once. And first we take 4 cards. We don't open them. And as my mentor usually says, because this is kind of a gypsy reading, the gypsies will come after me if I open these cards. So first we start with the first question, which is, did Meghan cheat on Cory? And the answer is yes. Ace of Wands is a clear yes. There is no way of trying to read it in another way. The Ace of Wands is a clear yes. And despite the fact that she's trying to very hard to show herself as if she was free and happy and didn't think about any kind of being in any kind of a relationship before she met Harry, no, she was cheating on Cory. Now, the next question is, there is this rumor that Cory's mother came to the house where Cory and Meghan were together, and she heard Meghan and Harry probably in the bedroom, and because she did not feel comfortable, she just left. And then she told Cory about that, and Cory told her that he wasn't there that day. So it seems that Cory's mother almost caught Meghan red-handedly. So did Cory's mother almost caught Meghan cheating on Cory? So that's the next question. So we're taking 4 cards, and the 5th card is the answer. And the answer is no. This is actually a message card with a tendency to a no, but this is mostly a no. So this is a card of someone who doesn't see reality, and because he doesn't see reality, he cannot cope with reality. There is a way of trying to see that as a yes, because this woman has a blindfold, so she cannot see reality. But this is more of a no. So story is probably made up. Okay, another question. Harry and Meghan changed the story of how they met, and I actually think that the real story of how they met is that they actually met before everything that they are talking about. There was this opening of a Soho house in Turkey, and we do know that Harry went there, and he was there with King Charles before he was a king. And there were a lot of suspicions that Harry actually met Meghan there. So did Harry and Meghan actually met in Turkey, in Soho House in Turkey? So let's see what the answer is. So I'm taking out 4 cards. And this is the 5th card, and the answer is yes. And it's the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is renewal of feelings and flow in the material world. So if we're talking about falling in love, and if we're talking about freedom and abundance, this is a card of falling in love. So if we're talking about the card of meeting and falling in love, this is the card. So yes, they met in Turkey and Soho House, at the opening of Soho House in Turkey, and they are just embarrassed to tell that, so they keep on inventing all sorts of stories about how they met, but they are actually too embarrassed to tell the truth about how they met. And also, Meghan knows that if she tells the truth about how they met, the entire world will know that she cheated on Cory, because at that time she was with Cory. Okay, next. Meghan keeps on telling that story about the time when she was with her mother at the grocery store, and her mother was a lot darker than she was, and people stopped her and asked her, "Where is her mother? And who are you?" As if people there didn't know that there is something, for example, called the nanny, and as if people didn't know that there is something that is called biracial. And Meghan herself didn't look white when she was a small girl. I mean, it was quite evident that she was biracial then. She managed to wipe the blackness out of her when she grew up, but when she was a smaller child, she did not look white. So is that story true? Was Doria really stopped and asked in an aggressive way if she's Meghan's mother, and where is Meghan's real mother? Okay, so let's see. Four cards, and the answer is yes. This is a yes card. And the Ten of Cups. This is a card of a. This is a yes card. This and there is not enough. So this is a story that Doria likes to talk about a lot. It probably didn't happen exactly as she tells it, because the people here are quite small. So it wasn't probably told done as she's telling it, because it's the the big wait a minute, emphasis in this card is not about the people. It is about the cups, it is about the environment. So probably something like that happened, but probably not as aggressive as she tells it, and probably was more of a joke. But she likes telling it, and Meghan likes exploiting it in her way. But yes, something like that happened. Now, the last question is, Harry says that he is not regretting the Netflix documentary. So is this true? Does Harry really not regretting the documentary? Not anything that he did there, nothing that was done there, not scrutinizing the queen, not making fun of the queen, not going after his father and his brother. Does Harry really feel good about doing the Netflix documentary? So let's see what the answer is. Okay, so this is a unique answer, because the answer is a page of wands. Now, the page of wands is not exactly a yes card. It's the page of wands is actually a card that describes the way that Harry acts very well, because this is a card of someone who jumps from one bandwagon to another bandwagon. And this is a card of someone who misses the opportunities that he's getting, because he's never excited about anything. He's never, nothing really gets him. That is why he jumps from one thing to another. This is the eternal student, someone who always he's always studying something, because he's always looking for something that will excite him. Now, I'm going to look at the affinities of this card, because I'm going to try and decide whether it is a yes or a no. So this is a message card with tendency towards a no. And this is a card of someone who finds it hard to commit to things, to everything. So I would say that it is a no answer. So Harry does not feel good about the documentary, and he is feeling regret. And what he's saying today about not feeling any regret about the documentary, that is a lie. So these are the 5 questions. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was the SOS question. So that is the 6 questions. So I hope you like this kind of reading, and you tell me. And if you don't, then we won't do that anymore. If you did, then maybe we'll repeat that. Now, the oracle is called Soul Trees. Soul Trees as from the soul. Trees and soul. And it is kind of gloomy. And this is advice for us as to the way that we should be, or the way that we should try and feel or try and deal with everything that is coming up our way lately, because so many things are coming up. I mean, I have an endless list of topics to read on, and things, people are sending me questions, and I know, and I still keep those questions, and I mean to do each and every one of those. And you can still send me questions by email, and I know that it's really difficult for me to sometimes, that when I have this thing that I plan, and then something comes up, and and everything changes. So how should we act, or how should we feel with everything that is happening? So let's clear the deck. Okay, so advice for us on how to deal with Harry and Meghan and their shenanigans. Advice for us on how to deal with Harry and Meghan and their shenanigans. Just today I watched Piers Morgan speaking to Eraldo, and it's amazing how Eraldo really drank Harry and Meghan's Kool-Aid, and he really believes that these people are such poor, and that the British people were so mean against them. So the card that I'm getting is Universe. So let's see what it means. Okay, so what the Oracle is saying to us is to look at this card and to look at what it shows us. What do we feel about, what do we feel when we look at it? And to say the truth, when I look at it, I see sperm. This is what I see. And each of us could look and then see other things. You can also look at it and see buds of flowers, but this was my first intuition. Sperm cells that have the head and the tail. Okay, so what it says, it's all encompassing, all that is beyond space and time, greater than our imagination. How do we view the universe? What meaning does this card hold for us? So this is just telling us to look at the card, look at the universe, and look at how we feel about Harry and Meghan, about the way that they make us feel, the way that that everything is making us feel, and try to maybe mellow it in a way, or maybe try to find other things that might help us cope with what is going on, without getting too worked out about them. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.